Hi Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for showing up. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. If you are looking for more personalized information, you can like and subscribe. That does help the energy, and it helps me to pick up on those who are listening. So today I want to get into our message guides, our messages from our guides, and just see what this full moon has brought in for us, whether it be growth and change or just general advice on our journeys. So again, thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Let's jump right in. All right, we're going to start with our Angels and Ancestors deck. All right, Spirit, tap me into the energy surrounding this full moon. It's very potent. Let me know what information we may need to know at this time. We have Guardian Angel. You are not alone. All right, I love that. So finding a white feather in your path does signify that your angels are near. We have Channeling Master. Be graceful in movement and action. All right. So there's a praying mantis there too. And Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. Okay. So bottom of the deck we have Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. All right, so a lot of guardian action here, okay? So we have Protection Guardian, and as funny as that sounds, protection, you think of raising your shield, but here this is calling you to drop your shield. Your protection actually comes from within, not some external shield. Over here we have Guardian Angel. So they are surrounding us all the time, here to help guide us, protect us, love us, make sure we're not getting into danger. And then what I'm getting with this one is that even if danger does come to us, we are prepared for it. So be graceful in movement and action. So again, that's not being reaction based. If something does trigger you, that's, not jumping ahead and instantly responding or reacting. It's taking the time to plan and consider what your movement and action is going to be, and even reflect. Okay? So this is a time now to drop our shields, trust that we're not alone, and to know that we have everything within us to move forward, and to trust the pause. That's what I'm hearing, is trust the pause. So if something does get in your face and it tries to trigger you, or, it could be a person, but any situation, you're being called to take the time to pause, think about what your plan is, and then respond rather than react. All right. Good information there. Let's dig down a little further. Let's see what else is tied to this. Okay, we have Emotional Desert, Inactivity and Isolation. So yeah, that really does go with the you're not alone. So some of you very much do feel that you're alone. And your guardian angels are here to let you know that that is never the case. So what you're being called to do during this full moon is to start harboring a close relationship with your guides, with your guardian angels. Speak to them. Show respect to them. Ask them for things. Ask them for protection. Ask them, how do I be graceful in movement and action? If you react quickly, snap of a finger, you're already responding or reacting, whether it be with anger or whatever emotion. There is room for growth in this. And so we're just being called to trust that our guides are here with us, helping us through this time, and to start working on all those walls and shields that we have built up around our heart, to start lowering them and, actually working on the problem. Okay, what else do we have? Archangel Haniel. Joy, blessings, and intuition. And soulful appreciation. All right, and that's the heartfelt gratitude. So with gratitude, I love this because this is very much the laws of Matt. So it is about weighing your heart and weighing it to a feather. Now in this case, the butterfly, which weighs practically nothing, is lower, which means it's more valuable than this stack of money. And then bottom of the deck is letting go of urgency. So surrender. Freedom from time constraints. So that is another thing this full moon is bringing into us, is just showing us that time doesn't exist. It is a limiting constraint that was put on us. And we don't need to fear that time is running out for something. Okay? Now, you may have certain windows open for certain opportunities, all right? And they could pass and then new ones will open. But that doesn't mean you've lost your chance with something. It just means that you may have lost that particular window of opportunity or opening. But trust that new ones will always be coming. Because things don't show up when you want them to show up. They show up when you need them to show up. So if some window of opportunity feels like it's been closed on you and you feel that you've lost something, trust deep within yourself that that's not the end of it. That there will always be a new one that will open. And this has a lot to do with your growth. So however long it takes you to get to the place where you need to be to go through that door or, take that opportunity, it is all in divine timing. Okay? Things appear in your world as you need them to. And it is all divinely guided from above. All right. So I want to get into this repair, growth, and evolution deck. So we have soul family, strength. Finding your soul family is a blessing that reaps many benefits. You are being asked to reach out and explore to find your soul connections. They will feel familiar, safe, and trusted when you meet them. Send out your intention to connect with your soul family and see who comes your way. Okay. Sacrifice, reclaim. Your strength is needed to pull back your power and gain perspective of the situation. You have gone through an emotional sacrifice for too long. It's time to claim, balance, and nurture yourself by standing in your power. Okay. So I am tying these together because some of us get to a point where, again, our shields, our walls are put up so high and are so thick and impenetrable that this is what we become. We become an emotional desert. So it's not about feeling like I've put these walls up because I don't want to get hurt anymore. Now it's about being numb to everything. Okay? I want you to think of an antidepressant. because that's what this feels like. You may take an antidepressant to help with your depression, and sure, it does numb that out. But guess what else it numbs out? It numbs out joy. It numbs out pleasure. It numbs out all of the good feelings that also come with being a human. So this is about us understanding that we have definitely put our walls up. We have definitely been experiencing an emotional desert. And we are now ready to drop the shields, to claim our power back, and to start feeling things again. Again, we have joy, blessings, intuition. We now have the tools to be graceful in our movements and actions. Okay? It's not just quick snap of the finger and we do it. It's a reactionary movement. We are taking the time to slow down and reflect on what it is that we're choosing to do with our lives. We have fun and adventure, joy. There, joy came out again. It's time to play and get reacquainted with your childlike self. Open up to your sense of adventure and fantasy. You've been way too serious and moving through the motions. Snap out of it and have some fun. There it is. Yep. So I am also getting inner child work. So that is something that we are also focusing on with this full moon, because your inner child didn't have responsibilities, didn't have bills to pay, didn't have worries. And again, some of us as children did have worries. But if you think about your average child, they're fun and fancy free. They can just go out and play, have an imagination for days, and everything's great and wonderful. So this is what we're being called to get back into touch with, is that time in our life when we didn't have to worry about so many things. Okay? Nature therapy, grounded. Your soul loves to connect and be one with nature. A beautiful healing takes place when you ground and center yourself with the earth. Being in nature has a way to restore what has been lost and brings you back to your center. All right. That's beautiful, because again, this is about getting back into touch with a part of ourself that was lost. Okay? If as a child, one of the things you did was go outside and play, you're just in nature. I used to like going into forests and running around, or rolling down the hill. Again, that is a grounding thing because you're connecting to the earth. Hugging trees. I used to love to climb trees, making mud pies. So whatever it is that you did as a child that brought you joy, that's what you're being called back to. Inflexible change. You or the person involved are set in ways that are impeding growth. Be more open-minded and see the other person's point of view to expand your perspective in a healthy, oftentimes being too rigid, masks the problem that causes imbalance and unrest. Flexibility is needed to create flow. All right. So for some of us, again, I'm going up to the shield and the emotional desert here. Some of us have had that shield up and been in that emotional desert for so long that they don't remember what this feels like anymore. What does joy feel like? What does it feel like to be fun and fancy free? This is something that we're being called to meditate on. So again, getting back into touch with your inner child, speaking to him, her, and asking what it is that they need. And getting the answer and then following through with it. You want me to go play on a playground today? Okay, that's kind of weird, but I'll do it. You want me to roll down a hill? I might puke at the bottom, but let's go. You want me to go find a hidden, I'm getting like treehouse kind of thing in the forest? Or a little kind of makeshift treehouse. Like maybe you found a circle of trees and you hid in the middle of them because it was open, but nobody could see you from the outside. Whatever it was that you did as a kid that brought you joy, that gave you a sense of adventure and fantasy, open up to that. That is the message here. And false narrative. Discernment. Be mindful of the story that you're telling yourself. Having a negative narrative is destructive and simply not true. Stop listening to your ego-based story that is laced with falsehoods and old conditioning. For every negative thing you say, counteract that by saying 3 positive words. See the truth of who you are, which is wise, magnificent, and radiant. Okay. And then this is the bottom of the deck. We have leadership, forefront. You have the opportunity to take the lead. It may be in work, personal, or family situations. You have the wisdom and knowledge to do what is best at this time. No more playing it safe and blending in with the pack. Shine your light and speak your truth. So when I hear blending in, what I'm getting with that is these walls. There was a time, again, in your childhood likely, that you felt immense feelings. And it may have scared you, and you may have even been told by other people around you that you're too much, that you're weird, that you shouldn't be that way. You know, stop crying, stop doing this, stop doing that. And then you're kind of left in this confused state of mind of, well, if I can't be these things, which I feel that I am, then what do I do? Who am I? And so while you're uncertain, you put your shields up and you block everything out because that is easier. Because you're told to blend in and you're told to be like everybody else. But again, that robs you of your joy and your blessings and your intuition. When you start to take down the shields, the walls, the blocks, you will start to notice this popping up everywhere. Not only will your emotional sense increase, so your emotional intelligence will rise, but it will also bring in a larger spectrum of emotions that maybe you had not experienced before. Or if you had experienced it, it's been a very long time. Again, you've been going through this emotional desert for quite a while. And so the child in you is screaming out to be playful again, to have fun again, to experience joy again. Okay. This has been very real, this reading. So before I get into spirit messages, I want to tie these two together. Because, and also this guardian one, there's times when we call upon our guardians and we don't always know how to talk to them. I want you to treat them with respect, like a wise elder that's helping you through this thing called life, giving you advice. They're seeing a bigger picture that maybe you can't see all the moving parts of. So if you do ask for advice, thank them. Thank you for your presence in my life. Thank you for your love, your protection, your wisdom, your guidance. Thank you for all of that. Now, you could even set up an altar for your ancestors. Those are the ones who have passed. And then also talk to them the same way with respect. They are your elders. They are your ancestors. You could offer them gifts from time to time. Whatever the gifts are, it does not need to be special. Hey, I found this really pretty rock outside, and this reminded me of you, Grandpa. I hope you like it. And basically, you are honoring your lineage by doing it that way. So express gratitude for them when they do show up. And make sure you hold a respectful relationship with them. That way they stick around and they give you advice that is pertinent to your information that you are asking about and your situation. And again, this in time will make you graceful in your movement and actions, because you now are trusting your guidance and you are moving forward in a positive direction. And you're open. You're not closed off. All right, let's get some spirit messages to close this out. All right. Spirit, what messages do you have for us to close this reading out today? All right. You wouldn't plant a seed and then dig it up every few minutes to see if it has grown. So why do you keep questioning yourself, your hard work, and your decisions? Have patience, stop overthinking, and keep watering your seeds. Yep, a lot of what will come is trust with your ancestors, with your guardian angels. So that's kind of what this card tells me, is that there is a lack of trust. And a lot of it is because, again, in the past you've been let down. You have not felt that there was a presence. You did feel alone. You didn't feel supported, protected, guided, loved. And so you're having a hard time moving forward because there is a lack of trust. And I understand that. Trust is not something that is given, it is earned. And you will build that with your ancestors, your guardians, your benevolent light beings over time. Learn to ride the waves of life. When faced with difficult times, you can either fight against the current or go with it. So ask yourself, what is to be gained by depleting your energy and fighting against it? Don't do that to yourself. Okay, that could also be a form of self-sabotage. So again, we're sacrificing. Well, I think we've previously already sacrificed enough of ourselves. And again, maybe it was for the happiness of others. But at what point do we pour that back into our own cup and say, I deserve happiness? I need to think of me. Because again, you pour from an empty cup and this is what you're pouring from. This emotional desert. You cannot share that which you don't have to share. You are so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. You have been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, relationships to improve, and these prayers will be answered soon. Yes. There's your confirmation. Keep going. This turtle reminds me of just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Take some time to rest and rejuvenate. You need to pace yourself with the changes that are coming your way. They are all positive. Bigger and better things are coming for you. Just relax and trust. There it is. There's that trust word again. Trust. Trust your next steps. Even if This right here is the energy that you are sitting in, and it is just dark ruin, dark skies, nothing of color. You cannot see anything of light anywhere. You could also be in this desert. I like to think of this little oasis here as that's what you're walking towards. It is there. It is coming. All right, last two. Be true to yourself in all ways. Not everyone will get you. They can only understand from their level of perception, and that's on them. No matter what people say, don't ever doubt your worth or the beauty that you hold within. Stand tall in your power. So, if any of you are meditating, and I don't know if you can actually feel your guides near you or around you, but I have actually had a couple of occasions now where I will feel a hand reach out under my chin and lift it up so that my face is looking straight ahead instead of down. And this is their way of saying, keep your chin up. And that's also, again, my way of saying you're worthy. You know, we don't walk with our head down. We don't try to blend in with the crowd. Head up, chin up. Because you are worthy. Make today your new beginning. Try to leave any past mistakes in the past. Don't allow them to weigh you down any longer. Move forward today with confidence and knowing that you have better and brighter days ahead. So, the hardest part in all of this is, again, kind of the trusting that this is not going to last forever. So that is the part that a lot of us are in. We're stuck in this dark, dreary, emotional desert or wasteland kind of feeling place. And some of us may even be telling us this false narrative about ourselves or about our life. And we may be getting inflexible and change, but stubborn. Stubborn is the word that's coming. So if you want to sit here in this, that's your choice. Nobody is going to get you out of that but you. So, sit here as long as you need to. That's your journey. But once you are ready to stand up and fight, you will be calling all of your power back to you. And you will have trust that you are safely guided, protected, and loved by your benevolent beings that are around you. And I hope that you feel their presence because they're constantly sending you synchronicities, signs. Pay attention. Instead of opening your eyes and relying on your normal 5 senses, try doing things with your eyes closed from time to time. And rely more on your other senses, your 6th sense in particular, your intuition. And I want you to feel things. I want you to go through sensations and tell me or tell yourself how things feel to you. I have actually been practicing this quite a bit, just trying to do normal things with my eyes closed. And that is just a way to, again, kind of tap into other senses that maybe you don't rely on as heavily. Another thing you can do is to try to use your opposite hand or foot. You know, if you tend to be more right-handed, try to do things with your left hand. It's sort of training your brain to get out of a habit, to be in the present moment, live in the now, and to focus deeply on something. So, easy thing, eating. You normally use your right hand, switch to your left hand. Brushing your teeth, you normally do it with your right hand, move to your left. And just kind of feel how weird and different it is. But it's training your brain to use both sides and to be present in what you're doing and not going on autopilot. So that's the biggest thing that we're breaking out of here is autopilot. We want to be autonomous, okay, sovereign beings, but we don't want to be zombies. All right, don't just go through the motions and do the things because this is what you've always done and that's familiar and it's easy and you don't have to put any thought into it. We're trying to break out of that, okay? Even when you're cooking food, think of each ingredient that you add to the dish. And what does each ingredient represent? Okay? I play with herbs a lot, and I know that herbs are a very potent thing to put into spells, into dishes, and they can have many meanings. All right? So, also when you take your first bite of that food after you've spent all that time cooking it, don't just devour it and say, I was hungry, I had to eat, it was quick. Take the time to taste the food. Taste each ingredient that went into the dish. Not only that, but I also thank all the ingredients. It took time to grow the thing. Or if, you're not a vegetarian and you eat animals, thank the animal for its sacrifice. Whatever it is that you need to do to put yourself in the now moment, in the present moment, do that. So again, you're going out for a walk. If you normally just throw your headphones in and zone out, do the opposite of that. I still put one headphone in, but I make sure that I have still one other ear open. And I listen with that ear. So while I can still hear the music in one ear, I'm listening for birds chirping. I'm listening for cricket sounds. I'm listening for people talking. I want to hear everything that's going on in nature. And I'm also seeing nature. And I thoroughly absorb it and enjoy it. So again, it's just kind of your call to mix things up in your world. Get out of whatever routines and habits that you've put in place and just try some new things. Even if it's one little thing each day. And you'll start to see the trust build, the relationship with your guardians build. You will start to express gratitude for everything in your life rather than complaining about the way things are. Okay, I am going to get into some affirmations to close this out. So, Spirit, what else do we have? There we go. It's playfulness right there. I am a playful participant in life, and I always have the option to make something a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Mary Poppins put sugar in the medicine for a reason. That lady really knows how to party. And perseverance. It seems you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it. You just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier. Blow off steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting and crying and cursing like freaking pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters. All right. Abundance. Congratulations. It seems you're due for an infinitely big piece of abundance pie. Feel like you don't deserve it? Knock it off. It's already plated and ready to hit your table. Reluctant to take it? Shut your hole. Abundance pie. It's big enough to serve everyone. So get your whipped cream ready, unless you're lactose intolerant, and enjoy your well-deserved metaphorical dessert. I love it. It's kind of like make a game out of something, get over that mountain, grunt and cry if you must, because on the other side is some abundance pie for you. And you are worthy. You are worthy. Strength. You are hereby declared a strong, resilient warrior. There you go. Of heroic proportions. Enjoy your battles, whatever they are, because they're guaranteed to come through them stronger, brighter, and more compassionate. And based on what I know of mythology, probably with great hair and a six-pack. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. Vitality. I am healthy and vital and strong. My radiant love of life fills me with healthy, vital, and strong cells. Each cell is a warrior. Every one has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, chump. So that's another reason to lower your shields. Because all your cells are little warriors and they've got their own shield and swords. I don't know why this is making me laugh so much. Oh my God. So a lot of this too has to do with your inner child and its creativity, right? Our adult selves have been too serious for too long. Like it's reminding me of that why so serious, So get out of that mindset of I have to be stoic. I have to be serious. I cannot smile. I cannot, whatever it is that you feel society says you cannot do. Knock it off. Guess what? Do you know what it means to be a sovereign being? It means that you're in charge of yourself. And while some sovereign beings can govern others, in this society, we do not have that kind of ruling system. So like a queen or a king would be a sovereign being over their kingdom. They rule their kingdom. In our situation, our sovereignness is to rule ourselves and to make sure that we have our own best interest at hand. And once we have figured that out, then we can start to help others. But guess what? Your main mission in life first is to heal yourself. Then when you've healed yourself, that's kind of your test. If you've completed your test and you've healed yourself, now you can go start to help others. But again, we cannot fill from an empty cup. All right. So that is your reading for today. I just saw 2111. I want to thank you all so much for being here today. I truly appreciate your time and energy exchange. Again, keep in mind, I'm a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness. Make sure you're filling your own cup up, then fill others' cup up. Go within so you never go without. And also, I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and as always, love. All right? That unconditional love that we pour into ourselves radiates outward, and people look at you like a beacon of light. That's when your soul family is going to come in. We also got strength twice. So we got warrior twice. We got strength twice. Joy twice. These are the things in this reading that just keep popping up over and over again. Getting your power back. That is another thing here. All right? So remember to stop telling yourself these false narratives, use discernment, and to be flexible and to be okay with change. Some of us get so comfortable in just being the way we are, and we think either we can't change or we don't want change. But change is at your doorstep. You are climbing this mountain, and on the other side of it is a huge piece of abundance pie for you. All right? So try to enjoy it along the way. Just keep swimming. that is the message for today. Thank you again so much. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.